Well, guys, hindsight is 2020. It is possible that I advocated for a big mistake. I've changed my position when it comes to reworks versus new characters, especially for new player accounts. See, many people assumed, as myself included, that reworked characters would be good for new players. It would help new players, but I don't know if that's true. Let me show you the evidence. All right, so we're going to compare teams from my endgame account on the top and my young account, which is on the bottom. And you see, for example, here, the infestation team on the top, we got them all, geared up, 85. We're pushing them into teal gear, but on the bottom, on little geared, we have no investment. I'm going to try to work on big time because he's a newer character, but I simply don't have the time. I simply don't have the resources to put into those other characters. Part of the reason is when they came out, right, Bifrost was also coming out. So that's 10 characters. Think about that for a minute. That's 10 characters that you have to level up. People are mad when you have to level up 5. That's 10. And I simply don't have the resources on the new account to do that. And this is by no means a unique situation, right? So back in the day, we had the Underworld team, and here's Little Gids at the bottom of Underworld. Even though it's a good team, I'm not developing it, right? I brought up Mr. Negative and Green Goblin for earlier in the campaigns when you needed villains, because I assumed that I would be working on this team, but I never got back to it, right? There's other things, there's other priorities, so I can't reach back and pull these guys up. It's really not benefiting me. So it's making me think, are other people experiencing the same thing, right? Wakanda. On the top, I like Wakanda. They're good for war. On the bottom, I want Wakanda. They're good for war, but I wasn't able to go back and work on the earlier characters. Black Panther, Windmill, and Nakia, when they came out, they were new, and I was hoping to get to the other characters, and once again, I just never did. Why? There's just simply not enough resources in the game to let you do that. I mean, as you see, we're powering them up on the main account, but not on the new one. So there should be a break point somewhere. And maybe I'm beginning to reach that as we move here to the A-Force team. I'm not going to build up Robbie on the Secret Defender, so that will give me another character slot, so to speak, to work on A-Force. So maybe I'll be able to start catching up from here forward. So I'm just wondering if anybody else is experiencing this. Where is the break point between when you have enough materials and you can catch up? Because you need training materials, you need gold, and this is going along with my knowledge of the game, right? If you don't even have experience in the game, you're going to power up characters that you're not going to use, and it's going to be even worse, right? But right now I'm running out of training materials on the new account. That's the gate, right? I can't power up anybody I want because I run out of training materials. So again, we're not complaining. This isn't crybaby stuff. This is just an observation, right? This is why I made Little Gid in the first place. I wanted to know what it was like for the new player. And so we assumed that this was something that would help. But so far, I'm not sure. Do you have a different experience? Do you have a different opinion? Where does the breakover happen that you're able to keep up? I'm very curious about that. I would definitely like to know. Please leave comments here. Let's talk about it in the voice. Maybe this is something that we need to be mindful of as far as new players are concerned. Again, this is not my idea. I apologize, because I do remember not too many months ago, I did argue with people about why reworks would be better and be beneficial for new players, but I spoke without understanding. So I'm going to retract that statement. Now that I'm standing in it myself, I realize this is not perhaps how I thought it would go. So nothing wrong, like my guy said, with eating crow. You just got to get past the feathers. Peace.